This year, we are all going to level up and increase our income. And one of the best ways to increase your earning potential is by getting high paying jobs. So today I'll be sharing with you some of the highest paying jobs in Canada that are in demand. I'll share with you tech roles as well as non-tech roles. I'll also be sharing with you jobs that requires no degree or formal education and are still in high demand and will pay you high income. Hey guys, it's Queen here. Thank you so much for joining my channel again. I share information on lifestyle and finance, so please consider subscribing below and turn post notification bell on. If you enjoy watching this video, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up. So without much story, today I'm sharing with you some of the best jobs in Canada. Now, when I'm talking about this list, I'm not referring to them on like contract basis. I'm referring to them on full-time permanent job offers. So just in case you hear some income that seems like that might sound a bit too low for you, just know that I'm talking about the base salary. This doesn't include like bonuses, compensation, and other benefits. I will be splitting this list into three categories. So the first category will be an overall high-paying income jobs in Canada, and this list will be from Randstad report. Randstad is one of the biggest consulting and recruiting firms in Canada. The second category would be tech roles that pay some of the highest income in Canada, and the last category would be for jobs that are in high demand and requires no degree. So for our first category, the highest paying job in Canada as of today is full stack developer. It's not just software engineer or software developer. You need to have knowledge of both front end as well as back end, and it's in high demand. This is because some companies do not want to invest in hiring a front end developer, a back end developer, UX, UI, all of these things. So they just want someone that has the skills of all of the whole software development lifecycle. And if you are one of those persons that have these skills, that means you stand the potential of earning a very high income in Canada. Full stack developers can make between 85 to 130k base salary in Canada. And of course, this will depend on the location, your years of experience, and a lot of things, but you can earn that much in Canada. The second highest paying job that has been on the list for several years now in top positions is financial analyst. As a financial analyst, you can make anywhere between $80,000 to $120,000 per year as your base salary, and you can even still negotiate for better benefits. As a financial analyst, you can also accelerate your income by even earning your CPA qualification. If you become a certified professional accountant, you can earn even more and grow in your career as an accountant, or depending on the specialization that you prefer. Companies would always need a financial analyst, and this role will always be in high demand. The third on my list is HR manager. As a human resource manager, you stand a chance to earn anywhere between $80,000 to $110,000 per year. Companies would always continue to hire resources, get the best talents to work with them. So because of that, there will always be need for talent recruiter position, human resource positions, and human resource manager. As a human resource manager, you stand a chance to get a lot of job opportunities and job stability. Because this job is in high demand, you also stand a chance of negotiating for even more pay because you have the skills that could give you high earning potential. The next on the list is millwright. Millwright is not a very common or popular profession, but it's in a high demand and it pays really, really well. What you would do as a millwright operator is you would operate big industrial machines, repair them, maintain them, just make sure it's up and running. You could work in supply chain industries, you could work in manufacturing, you could work in wholesale or retail companies as well. So this is a job that is in high demand because supply chain is really, really a big thing in Canada. And you can earn anywhere between $50,000 to $95,000 a year. Next is production supervisor. This job is in high demand because you are going to be working at a little bit senior level where you'll be managing people that works in manufacturing companies or supply chain companies, and you could earn anywhere between $65,000 to $100,000 a year. This is a profession that you have the chance to grow really quickly depending on your skills and how hardworking you are. And this job is going to continue to be in high demand for the next few years. So if you are considering getting into production, this is a very good role that you can consider. The next on the list is executive assistant. The salary for executive assistant falls between the range of $60,000 to $96,000 per year. As an executive assistant, you'll be managing like things like social gathering at workplaces, office coordination and management, all of these things. You can also have like some senior level role where you are going to be assisting like senior roles or senior managers in the companies. This job is in high demand, especially if you have prior experiences. Solution architect is also one of the jobs that pays really well in Canada. You could earn between $85,000 to $130,000 per year. And since the growth of tech roles, tech companies going big these days, the demand for solution architect is on the increase. So if this is something that you want to consider, I highly recommend. Forklift operators are paid very well in Canada. You can make between $40,000 to $80,000 a year as your base salary. This job might seem so insignificant, but it's in high demand because of the skills gap. Not a lot of people have the skills and the experience to operate this forklift, so companies are out there looking for people that have the experience and have the skills on how to operate these machines. So if this is something that you're very good at, consider it and make sure that you're negotiating the best pay for yourself. And with the current growth of e-commerce businesses, it is anticipated that there will be an increase in demand for forklift operators. Up next is electrical engineers. You can earn anywhere between $80,000 to $100,000 as an entry-level position. And if you have up to 5 years of experience, you can even increase your income up to $115,000 per year. These roles are highly compensated due to the experience and education required to get into this profession. There is a general shortage for technical skills in Canada, so these jobs are in high demand and would all continue to pay well. Next, we have construction project manager. You could earn up to $100,000 per year. And this is expected due to the growth in real estate industry and construction industry in Canada. So if you have experience in construction or project management as a construction worker, you could earn even more money and make more money in Canada. With the pressure going on in the housing market, there are a lot of constructions going on, construction for housing, condo, in a lot of provinces, in smaller and bigger cities. So there is potential for you to earn more money as a construction worker. These are some of the overall highest paying jobs in Canada. So now let's move to the category for the tech roles that pay high income in Canada. The first tech role on my list is cloud architects. You could earn up to $121,000 per year in Canada. And with the growth of all of this, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, if you have the certification and you have the experience, you could make a lot of money. And with time, you get experience over the years, you could negotiate for even more pay and better benefits. Next, we have cloud systems engineer. Very similar to cloud architect, except that you are going to be working as an engineer. You could earn up to $120,000 per year in tech roles. If you even get the opportunity to work for tech companies or startups or regular banking businesses or even banks or investment companies, you could earn a lot more because companies would always develop something new. They'll always improve their project, and you could earn more money by getting into any of all these companies. Next, we have developers. So if you are into mobile, you are into web, you are into software development, you're into engineering, you're into all of these things, you could potentially earn a lot more money in Canada. You could earn up to $85,000 as your base salary plus benefit, and this is if you're working as a full-time worker. Obviously, if you're working as a contractor, you stand a chance to earn even more money. Software developer roles are definitely in high demand. It's almost impossible for you to find a software developer that is unemployed because once they are getting out of the market, they are finding another job right away. And companies tend to owe them very dearly because of the skills and the value that they bring to the table. So this is something that you should consider if you are looking to get into a tech profession. Next on the list is full stack developers. They earn even more money than software developers. You can earn anywhere between $90,000 per year to $120,000. And this is because most startups or smaller companies tend to just want someone that have the skills of both front end and back end and would pay you just enough money to do that. So full stack developers make a lot of money, and this is a profession that you should consider because it's in high demand and they never run out of jobs. Next on the list, we have DevOps engineers. DevOps engineers require just very little coding knowledge or experience. You don't necessarily have to be very skilled in writing Python, Java, plus C++, and all of these coding skills, but you do need to have understanding of how to read them. And this is also a job that pays significantly well. You can earn up to $89,000 in Canada if you are going to be working as a DevOps engineer. Next on the list is IoT specialist, or people call them Internet of Things. You need to have knowledge in automation, AI, and all these things for you to work as an IoT specialist. You could make up to $105,000 per year. This is one of the jobs that is upcoming in Canada. It's not that popular, but when you do get a job, you will be paid significantly well. We also have data scientists. Data scientists are paid up to $85,000 a year in Canada. This is a significantly high-paying profession that is in high demand. You should definitely consider it. Next on the list, we have security analysts or security professionals. Here you would expect to see people that have experience or skills in cybersecurity, data, information security, and all of that. You could be paid up to $80,000 per year if you work as a security professional. IT project managers are also paid significantly well. You could earn up to $91,000 a year, which I think is really, really high. Project manager is a role that became very popular in the last 5 to 10 years, and this is something that would always be in demand and on the increase. So if you have skills as a project manager, you can consider learning things that would help you transition into IT project manager, because there for sure you make more money. IT project manager, they make the bank. I know for sure because I do have a couple of people that work as IT project manager, and I can tell you that they make good money. Next on the list is business intelligence analyst. So this is very similar to business analyst, but if you have the business intelligence part of it, you know how to use tools like Power BI, automation, and all that. You could make significantly well and earn up to $77,000 a year. Business intelligence analysis is something that is in high demand, especially if you switch it down to things like business system analyst or business analyst. Companies have always continued to hire in the last 5 years for this role, and it's something that is always in high demand. So those are some of the highest paying tech jobs in Canada. So for the last category, which is high paying jobs that requires no degree, I'll run through this list really quickly because we are running out of time. The first one is truck drivers. Truck drivers are paid up to $25 an hour, and if you do long distance driving or you travel cross country or inter-province, you could make more money. Next, we also have admin assistant. Admin assistants could earn anywhere between $21 per hour or even up to $23. This is a fairly easy role that requires very minimal education. Even high school education is enough for you to qualify to apply for this role. Customer service rep is next on my list. You could earn up to $18 an hour working as a customer care representative. Sometimes most people tend to work their way up from there to get into other roles in the organization. People use this as a starting point to get into a company and grow their career. So this is something that you can also highly consider. The sales representative is the next on the list, especially if you work in tech sales. Tech sales reps make a lot of money because they earn commission based on the sales, and they also have like a base salary. Electricians are also one of the highest paying in-demand skills job that requires no formal education. Next, we also have plumbing, and we also have welders as well. So if you work in any of all these professions like electrician, plumbing, welder, that requires like just trades or skills experience, because these workers tend to work in like real estate, which is in high demand right now. You could work as an independent owner, you could own your own small business and work for company, you could outsource different gigs, you could also have people working under you. So this is a profession that has very, very good long-term potential. So if this is any of the skills that you want to consider learning, I highly recommend. Next, we have real estate agents. Although you don't require a formal degree or education to become a real estate agent, what you do require to be licensed depending on the province or the state that you're working in. We also have merchandise associates. Working as a merchandise associate will require you to work in companies like Walmart, food chain, maybe supply chain as well, where you just have to stock the product on the shelf or maybe attend to customers sometimes. That would be your day-to-day what would be like, and you could earn up to $15 an hour. Next, we also have forklift operators or general laborers. These are jobs that don't require skills or formal experience. You would learn this job over time and become better at it. It's not necessarily something that you have to go and educate yourself or learn or go to school for. You would improve over time and you could earn up to $19 an hour working as a general laborer. That's the list. We have 30 high-paying jobs that are in demand. Despite mentioning that these jobs are in high demand, a lot of factors would also come to play that will determine how much you can earn. Things like your negotiating skills, your years of experience, the location of the jobs, and the company or the industry of which that company is operating in, obviously. And also, I've only mentioned the base salary. If you are able to negotiate for even more benefits, that will be good for you. So I have mentioned 30 jobs that are paying really well and they are in high demand in Canada. You can check them out. I will also leave the link to Randstad article in the description box, and as well I'll leave the link to Glassdoor, which is a popular website that you can use to check salaries for a company or any industry for a specific role, and will help you determine how much you should be negotiating for your next job. This year, like I said, we're all gonna level up and double our income. If you enjoy watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you learned something new, please give it a thumbs up as well. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.